rebuke from the news?
Yes, very, very sad news for his family and for football. Absolute icon of the game here in England, and what he did for his country and for Manchester United. I was certainly made very aware of him at a very young age and was fortunate to meet him a couple of times. Incredible guy. What a man, and a real sad loss for football.
George, one of your soccer schools when you were a young boy, is that right?
Yes, I did. I can't remember how old I was, but it was local. I was desperate to go. I went not necessarily expecting. I mean, it's obviously his soccer school, but you don't necessarily know you're going to go there and meet him. But thankfully, he took the session, and something I always remember is a massive childhood memory for me, because I knew he was an absolute legend of the game. My granddad used to talk about his goals and what he used to do on the pitch. Obviously, I didn't necessarily see that, but I've seen highlights, and that was a great experience for me.
Do you recognise your talent that day that you said?
Absolutely not. No, I think he thought, "Oh, I'm a waste of my time here." But it was, as I say, it was a major memory for me, and just to have him talk to me and show me a couple of things was great.
Scott,
Just following up on Jacob, your tribute to Bobby Charlton.
Yeah. Well, it's just really sad news, isn't it? You know, I suppose we have realised that, you know, Bobby hasn't been well for a while. I was lucky enough to spend a reasonable amount of time in his company during a period of years, both with UEFA before coming back to the England job, and then of course with England when I made regular visits to Manchester United. So I did get to know he and Norma reasonably well. And my thoughts really are with Norma and the family tonight. And I think the world of football will grieve Bobby Charlton and lift him on the pedestal that he really deserves to be lifted to. But it must be very tough, because Bob and Norma is a closely knit family, that, as I always thought anyway. I'm not a close personal family friend, but I always got the feeling that Bobby was a good family man and they were close, he and his wife. And you know, it's hard then, I think, to lose someone, even though maybe for a period of time she's realised that Bob was suffering from an illness. But I'm pretty sure he'll get all the tributes that he really deserves, and there's a lot better people than me to pay tribute to him, because I was lucky enough to meet him and, you know, become acquainted with him. But it's the people really who played with him, worked with him, who knew him intimately. They're the ones whose tributes really mean something.
How special was he as a player?
Well, I thought he was very special as a player. He had everything you're looking for in a midfield player, didn't he? Really, I mean, wonderful pass for the ball, a wonderful strike with the ball. I don't remember him missing many games through injury. He seemed to me he was one of those unbelievably consistent players. But of course, you really are just talking to someone who, as a young man, was lucky enough to watch him play on the TV, and I don't have that close relationship either as a friend or as someone who's played against him or with him. And I think that's where a question like yours deserves a better answer than I could give.
Roy, you've been aware of the Sandro Tonali story in the build-up. What did you...